Yahoo! Huh? Peppa and George lay on the grass, watching fluffy white clouds drift across the sky. Suddenly, a big cloud shaped just like Daddy Pig appeared, making the little ones giggle with delight. The cloud stretched out its soft, fluffy arm and lifted Peppa and George gently into the sky. Peppa and George rode on the fluffy cloud, watching their little house grow smaller below. The magical cloud took them around the hills in the sky, before gently returning them to the familiar garden. flies with the balloon. Today, Peppa and George are playing with a balloon in the garden. George loves the balloon and runs after Peppa.
Hey!
Hey! Hey! Hey! Peppa lets the balloon go, and George jumps to catch it.
Whoa!
Oh dear, George is too light. The wind carries him away. The balloon pops, but luckily George lands safely.
Huh? Whoa! Whoa! Huh? Yippee! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yippee! Oh. Wow! Whoa!
Today, Peppa and George are watching a funny cartoon in the living room. Peppa suddenly remembers her favorite toy and runs to her room to get it. George looks at Peppa's chair, wondering what it feels like to sit on it.
Huh?
As soon as George sits down, the chair shakes and lifts off the ground. Peppa runs back and bursts into laughter when she sees her chair flying around with George on it. The chair slowly lands, and George giggles while Peppa can't stop laughing.
Huh?
Today, the pig family is going out to play. Daddy Pig walks ahead, while Peppa and George trot along behind. While running, a strong wind blows. Leaves swirl all around. When Daddy Pig arrives, the ground is covered with leaves.
Huh?
Mummy Pig brings a broom and gives it to Peppa. Peppa starts sweeping each leaf carefully. Peppa's family hide and seek.
Yoo-hoo!
Today, the whole pig family is playing hide and seek.
The weather's so beautiful today.
Daddy Pig
Let's
says,
play hide
let's
and
all
seek
play together. Peppa and George love playing hide and seek. Mummy Pig decides to be the seeker. 1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh.
Daddy Pig hides behind a tree. Peppa hides behind the house. And George runs off somewhere. 10. Oh. Mummy Pig finds Daddy Pig. Then Peppa. The game ends, and everyone is happy.
Today, Peppa and George are playing in the backyard when Peppa notices some strange footprints on the grass.
Huh?
The footprints lead all the way from the garden to the house. Oh. Peppa and George curiously decide to follow the mysterious footprints. George gets a little worried and thinks it might be a giant bear. In the living room, Daddy Pig is standing there with muddy boots. Peppa looks down and realizes the footprints match Daddy Pig's boots. Yahoo!
Ah.
Huh? Daddy Pig drove his red truck home, and it was covered in mud. Peppa and George were playing when Daddy Pig asked them to wash the truck. The siblings ran outside happily and saw the big muddy truck. George was surprised by how dirty the truck was, while Peppa dragged the hose closer. Peppa turned on the hose, spraying water that washed away the mud. The truck was now sparkling clean, and Peppa and George smiled brightly.
Aha!
Wow! Whoa!
Huh?
Yoo-hoo!
Football. Today, Peppa and George decide to play football in the garden. Peppa passes the ball to George, and George makes a perfect catch. George takes a big kick, sending the ball straight towards Peppa. The ball bounces off the wall and hits Peppa, making her tumble onto the grass.
Whoa! Yahoo!
Peppa and George are happily playing with their toys. Mommy Pig walks in and looks down in surprise. Oh my, what a big mess. The floor is covered with toys everywhere. Peppa and George glance at each other and giggle.
Oh. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's go!
Aha.
Oh!
the rain, shiny puddles appeared all over Peppa's garden. Peppa and George put on raincoats and boots to explore the yard.
Wow!
Peppa jumped into a big puddle, making ripples spread out. George jumped into the puddle, sending water splashing everywhere. They jumped together again and again, splashing water and making the puddle bigger. Daddy Pig walked over and made a huge jump, splashing water high into the air.
Whoa! Yahoo!
Today is Peppa's birthday. The family has just returned from a wonderful trip. Peppa and George quickly run to find their favorite toys. Meanwhile, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are setting up a special surprise for Peppa. When Peppa turns around, she spots a big box in the middle of the room. She opens the box and boom! A birthday cake pops right up.
Ha! Wow! Ha ha!
Huh.
Ha!
Today, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig come home after a fun day out. Before going inside, Mommy Pig places a star-shaped hat, just like a wizard's hat, on a chair. George has just woken up and is still feeling sleepy. He slowly walks toward the door. Peppa notices the strange hat and picks it up. Suddenly, the hat floats up and gently lands on Peppa's head.
Huh?
Peppa laughs happily and runs outside. Seeing this, George quickly runs after her. Suddenly, a strong wind blows and lifts all the papers into the sky. George looks surprised, while Peppa laughs and runs after them. One piece lands right on George's face, making him giggle. When George puts on the colorful hat, he looks very proud and happy. Peppa sees George and wants to try it too. Soon they both wear the hat and start laughing. Then Peppa has an idea. She runs inside the house to do something special. When Peppa comes back, she's wearing a shiny bowl on her head. George can't stop laughing. George wants one too. Peppa gives him another bowl, and now they both have their silly hats.
Whoa!
Today is a fun-filled swimming day for Peppa's family. Everyone is excited as they head to the pool for a day of splashing, swimming, and making unforgettable memories together. Everyone steps out from the changing rooms, Peppa and George in their colorful swimsuits. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are also ready to relax and enjoy a day by the pool. Everyone is putting on their swimsuits, ready for a fun day at the pool. Daddy begins to blow up the float for his little one. Daddy is blowing up the float for his daughter. Now we can go into the water. Hey! Hey! Oh, so it turns out little brother is afraid of the water.
Oh.
Whoa!
Ah.
Peppa and George are playing outside. Mummy Pig goes into the kitchen to get the baking tools ready. She calls Peppa and George to come inside. Peppa and George run in quickly and get very excited.
Yahoo! Wow!
George pours the flour into the bowl. And Peppa stirs it all together until it's nice and smooth.
Ha. Ha.
Oh! Huh?
Aha.
Oh! Wow!
Aha.
Play with toy planes. Today, Peppa and George are playing with toy planes in the garden. Peppa is looking for her favorite toy plane.
Ah.
Peppa and George hold their planes and run around the garden, laughing. Peppa throws her plane into the air, and so does George.
Yahoo!
Both planes fly around the sky, spinning beautifully.
Whoa!
The lost toy car. Today, Peppa and George bring their toy cars outside to play. Peppa runs out of the house, looking very excited. George sees her and sneaks after his big sister. The two of them run around the yard with their cars, laughing and chasing each other. But then George trips and falls, sending his car rolling far away. He looks around, but the toy car is nowhere to be found.
Whoa! Whoa! Wow! Hey! Hey! Huh? Yahoo! Yippee! Oh! Ah! Whoa! Wow!
Today, Peppa and George are playing together with Teddy and their favorite dinosaur. She places Teddy on the sofa and leaves the room. George notices Teddy, and with his dinosaur, he circles around as if challenging it. But then, Peppa returns with a small remote. She presses a button and Teddy grows huge. Peppa giggles and quickly presses the button again, shrinking Teddy back to normal. And so, Peppa's little prank ends with both of them laughing together. Hey! Today, Peppa and George are playing outside. They're having so much fun. Peppa suddenly looks down and sees Daddy Pig sweeping the leaves. Daddy Pig is carefully sweeping every leaf in the garden. Peppa wants to help, so she runs inside to get her little broom. Peppa starts sweeping little piles of leaves. George watches and cheers her on. When Daddy Pig turns around, he's surprised. All the leaves are neatly swept. Huh? Huh? Ha! Daddy Pig is driving his truck home. He's been working hard today, but his truck looks a little different. Daddy Pig's truck is completely covered in mud. Peppa and George can hardly believe it. Peppa doesn't want Daddy's truck to stay dirty. She grabs a mop and starts helping. The truck is sparkling clean. Peppa and George feel so proud of their work. Today is sports day at Peppa's school. All the kids are so excited. The whistle blows. It's time to start. The kids line up neatly under the teacher's guidance. Their faces show excitement and anticipation. What will be the first event? They were both excitedly talking to each other about who ran faster and reached the finish line first. The race begins! The kids run with all their might, their feet flying across the ground. Who will reach the finish line first? One by one, all the others fall behind, leaving only Peppa and Rebecca Rabbit chasing each other at full speed. The cheers from the crowd get louder, and the tension rises. Molly Cat won! Wow, she's so fast! Hey! Hey! Huh? Aha!
Yahoo! Wow!
Aha!
Oh!
Huh?